Welcome back. This is an audiobook. Live the Life You Crave, Chapter 14, Why, What, and How. Written and read by Katie McMurray. At this point in your exploration, I imagine the one word that plagues all of us at one time or another has popped into your head. This three-letter word haunts us, causing our confidence to waver and confusion to soar. For those who never figure it out, well, they may fail to live their dream. Settle, frustratingly so, but they settle. The word is how. How will you do it? Almost every single successful person I've advised over the years either struggled to find their how or doubted it altogether. I realized long ago that it's so hard because we put the how before the why and the what. The how is the last piece of the puzzle. Why you do anything is the prerequisite to all that follows. There's always a why or a catalyst setting our what and how in motion. And that catalyst, when done right and creating happiness and success, is passion. Life events can cause particular skills and talents to either surface or fade into the background. Everyone has natural gifts and talents. The trick is to be honest about yours, utilize them, and ignore anyone telling you to do otherwise. Your talents have a purpose. So instead of searching for a singular purpose, explore your talents. If the reason you're currently doing what you do was influenced by those who told you not to do something you wanted, something you craved, you cannot relate to the why. The reason you do what you do did not happen organically, rather it was manufactured by others or forced upon you. If you're operating under a false why, the what and how will not make sense to you. You'll be lost and without clarity. Your inner guidance system will refuse to take the wrong course of action. If you ignore the correction, it will repeatedly redirect until malfunctioning or shutting down altogether, causing uncertainty, doubt, and confusion. It's difficult to do something other than what you're naturally equipped to do when the ultimate goal is happiness and success. When attempting to do something that's a bad fit, your natural gifts and talents won't participate. They can't. Either way, you'll end up unsure, unfulfilled, and perhaps lost and adrift. This leaves you to feel your way around in a dark, unfamiliar place for an unidentified object other than your truth, because the current why you follow is not related to your original and authentic why, what, and how. It's not authentic. It's not your truth. So start listening to that little voice warning you away from what's wrong and toward your best choice, what's right. Don't allow the many habits formed over time to override your intent to improve yourself and your life. Identify the habits that are getting in the way of your life, the life you crave, the life you long to experience, and replace them with the restorative habits of success and happiness. Stop ignoring the inner knowing. Listen to and hear your intuition and all the good that flows to you. I refer to this voice as the angel sitting on the shoulder of your soul, whispering in your ear, "You're meant for more." Once you begin to listen to your truth, it becomes clearer and without a doubt. Plus, inspired thoughts and ideas come to you more abundantly. This intuitive knowledge will guide you. I remind you of all these vital truths over and over again to deprogram all the antiquated attitudes and beliefs from every corner of your being, every single corner. It's time for you to pick up the torch and move forward. This book is your biggest fan and will serve as a constant reminder of all you should do, all you should leave behind, and what you should take along on your new adventure. This is your secret map, and a valuable one at that. The time has come for you to open your eyes and become very honest with yourself. See your life clearly and stop living by the narrative that has led you astray. Just stop it. Your truth is like your handprint. It's unique to only you, and it will not change. So put your unique hand on your unique heart and promise yourself to do right by you. Throughout your life, you've been reacting to an imposed and or encouraged why and not your own. You've been led away from your natural born, as is, gifts and talents and instincts. Therefore, you won't find your authentic how because your why was born of misdirection. Bottom line is this: you'll have to follow your true path for the journey to make sense and feel right, familiar. Your truth will always ring true with a familiarity that resonates with your soul. When you feel this, you're on the right path and headed in the right direction. You won't feel doubt about it. You won't feel doubt about what you're doing when it's right for you. As I've said before, we're resilient creatures. You can be reunited with your true why, which leads you to your best what and how. Know this: it takes more resilience to live an uncomfortable lie than to uncover and live your truth. So stop doing things the hard way. We often overlook our true skills, taking our ability to do something well for granted. We tend to assume it's merely a common trait all others possess. Traits are a significant component of talent and a vital ingredient. Traits are something that we don't think much of, like my being ambidextrous. Let's go deeper into the heart of this reality. Most of us tend to categorize our talents as nothing more than common or sometimes uncommon traits most others share. We just assume everybody can do it. We tend to think everyone can do what we do. It's not special, but this is not the case. There are more than a few talented artists, singers, writers, actors, mechanics, builders, teachers, accountants, event planners, scientists, and on and on and on the skills go. The fact that there are many does not mean there isn't room for one more. Plus, the fact that many can do what you do does not mean most people can. They can't, but a majority of people need others who can do what you do. Remember the lesson of abundance and don't be misled. There's a market for what you offer. Those who can't do what you do well and with skill may point it out to you, be impressed and compliment you. You may shrug it off, it's no big deal, assuming they're merely being nice. Maybe so you'll do them the favor of completing such a task. You know, showing appreciation for your help. This proves your value. Do not undervalue your ability to do what others can't but need. As long as you undervalue yourself and your skills, others will as well. Most everyone likes free stuff. Well, some people do, some people don't. Those who do will take advantage of your lack of self-worth. They won't pay you to do something that has value to them if you don't value yourself or your skill. This is how people get a reputation for being a good friend, always willing to lend a hand and help others. Good friends like this often get taken for granted. When this happens over and over, it further cements the idea that you're not good enough to be paid. If this is the case, you must lack valuable talent. This is a flat out and total false notion. Put a label on your skills and create a side hustle that's a service for hire. Making it your side hustle puts money and self-esteem in your pocket. These two things can help grow your talent into a full-blown successful service. Remember, your self-worth determines the value of your abilities and talents. Many people I advise get irritated when talking about such abilities. They become uncomfortable because it's something they once wanted to do and were told was a bad idea. When told we shouldn't do the thing we were naturally interested in, we think we're not good enough to pursue it. When others point out we're good at the very thing we were once told not to do, it hits an irritating nerve. To think you could have done the thing you wanted and didn't because you were made to believe you and or your craft weren't good enough, well, that stings. It can be infuriating to look back at how much time you've wasted doing something else, something you settled for. This is a painful reminder of opportunities missed, and we tend to avoid such painful reminders. This feeling can be so bad that you avoid the entire idea altogether because the doubt in yourself has grown so strong you no longer believe in your ability to do anything about it. But don't. Stop allowing your life to be derailed. Breathe and be grateful you're not someone who spends their entire life in the wrong career or the wrong relationship, but instead you choose to find your authentic place. You will never understand the value of authenticity until you begin to live your truth. There's no feeling like it in the world. Authenticity works in harmony with your truth, and it is intoxicating. Sadly, living a lie happens far too often. So often people start to think it's the natural course of things. It's not. Value what you have to offer and what others need. Put a price tag on your services and your talents. You, friend, live in a monetary world. How many times have you heard someone talking about or perhaps even bragging about what they paid for something? You know, they got something really valuable. Everyone values money, and so you must speak the universal language, money. Remember the old but still common belief, you get what you pay for. Most people don't go around bragging about what they get for free. They do about something of quality they've paid for. And this is how you get positive advertising for free and word of mouth from those who have paid for your services and goods. Change your outlook on this and charge for your services, or others will not see the quality in your abilities and what they can gain from your valuable expertise. Now, to find out, to uncover your gifts and talents, your abilities, what you can use as services in a side hustle, goods, whatever, take the Heart Hunter exercise. Get a pen and paper and take that. It's in the book on page 203. I work with people to identify the things they're good at yet take for granted. We practice my Heart Hunter exercise, and that's where you can find it on page 203 of the book. Why heart? Because we aim to get to the heart of your natural gifts and talents, and that's what the exercise does. So check out and do this exercise in the book. It'll help affirm what you're good at, what you should be doing, what your passion is, what has value. You must be careful and identify when others attempt to lead you away from what you love. There will be times when others want to mold your talent to serve their specific desires. Remember, My story about the friend who got me to write a romance novel. Skills can be stretched, but your passion is specific to your desires and should remain as such. Pay attention. Many people can't do what you do, and yet when noticing how good you do it, they want it for themselves. The only person who can do it for them is you or another with the same talents you possess. What you do, what you can do, has value. So, do yourself a favor. Focus on that. Start paying attention to yourself and your ability to do a particular thing or things easily and with a good outcome. You'll come to understand that things you do well naturally are valuable talents. They're gifts. The point is this: the thing or things we do well are often what we do without thinking, aka gifts and talents. It comes naturally, so you don't really think much about it. We tend to do it for others as favors. When putting a price tag on your talents, you attract those willing to pay. There comes a time when your hobby must become your side hustle, which can later become your career. You also eliminate freeloaders, attempting to get something of value for nothing. It's important to avoid those who expect you to do it for free because they support the false inner dialogue repeating, "You're not good enough. You are good enough," or others wouldn't want you to do it in the first place. I encourage you to block out all the distractions and ease into a side hustle specific to your talents, traits, and abilities, honing them into a skilled trade. Trade money for your skills. That is why it's called a trade. Those you like and enjoy doing. Things that you're passionate about. And just keep building on it. The why and what you've been searching for are typically very closely related. When you give credit where credit is due, realize your special skills and hone them, you come to realize your why and what. The how is merely the way you market yourself and your talents to the world. The wrong why makes everything else confusing and therefore difficult to figure out. The hardest part is to stop discrediting your talents and your abilities by allowing them to develop into full-blown gifts and talents. Understand you blow off your abilities now because of misdirection early in life. You continue to do so because you undervalue your abilities and therefore others do as well. This supports the lie. Wake up and give your abilities the time and attention needed to thrive. Revisit the chapter on misdirection. This book is your positive reinforcement and your guide to creating the life you crave. This is the repetitive pep talk you need, so hear it loud and clear and revisit it whenever you need a reminder. Stay focused. I know it can get confusing, and yet if you allow your truth to surface, you'll have the aha moments needed to find your answers and the right direction for you. When going through life, believing everything happens for a reason, we sometimes ditch our responsibility to make things happen for ourselves. We aren't on autopilot, and yes, things do happen for the most part. It's up to us to create the life we desire. Free will dictates that we're free to do whatever we want. We have a choice. You have a choice. There's proof of this throughout the history of humankind. Get it through your head. You're the author of your story. Don't leave your pages blank. See it, believe it, and take the steps to make it happen. When entering the second afterlife, those facing it don't think about all the things they were powerless to change. Things that just happened. They think about what they did and didn't do. In the final hours, the most important things is what we did in terms of our life. We feel the burden of proof regarding the measure of our life's work, the contributions we made, and the relationships we formed. Whenever you begin your first afterlife, as in now, you start to create life on your terms. Living your truth and following your instincts leaves no room for doubt in the end. You got this. Keep at it. Using all the tools. This chapter is very lengthy. It goes into depth. It goes into the other topics that remain, or the sections are finding your why, knowing your type. If you're an extrovert or introvert and your creative type. Talk about depression. If you want to read about that, check it out in this chapter. And let's see, I'm flipping through the pages here. This is a long chapter. I'm not going to read all this aloud. I have COVID right now. I didn't think I'd ever get COVID, but I do have COVID. This is my 5th day and I'm feeling much better, but wow, it's been terrible. So I really wanted to make this video. I talk about practicing peace. There's a section on this in the chapter. There's a section on lacking peace, doubt, the key to peace. If you're experiencing doubt or fear versus doubt, and on and on and on. Many guides, tips and tricks and tools for finding your authentic why, what, and how. But due to the fact that I'm having a hard time breathing and I'm running out of breath, and I'll probably come back and do more on this chapter another time, but for now, bottom line is this. You deserve to be happy, and you're fully equipped to do so and be successful. When you allow yourself to follow peace, bliss, and your inner dreams, you build the life you crave. This growth allows you to enjoy your true purpose and live life to the fullest. Understand you're worthy. Allow yourself to see it, believe it, and be it. And most importantly, you are the creator of your best life. You have free will and are fully supported by all that is good. Now, you'll need tools to stay motivated. So, this book will be your handbook. Take it with you. Have it. Refer to it often. I believe this makes a big difference. I call it my Game Changer 10. And I want to share those with you now. These are my Game Changer 10 for life. Number 1, make your bed every day. I talked about that throughout the book. Number 2, surround yourself with people who will help you through life, uplift you, and inspire you. Number 3, respect everyone, including yourself. Number 4, life is not always fair, but move on, move forward, without dwelling on it. Number 5, don't be afraid to fail often and take risks. 6, ground yourself daily. 7, trust, doubt, and fear to live in peace. 8, step up when life gets tough. 9, uplift and inspire others along your journey. And 10, never ever give up. Life is an unending adventure, providing you with many new and wonderful possibilities. Choked up there. I look forward to hearing from you and learning about all the positive changes you're making in your life. Remember, it's a consistent flow of small accomplishments that create something big, something magical in the life you crave. Practice your exercises. Uncover all the resting magic that is within you. Wake it and create the life you crave. I'll see you along the construction route to your beautiful brick road and the big reveal to your best life. And until then, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them on my YouTube channel. And have a wonderful, beautiful, glorious day.